Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the past 48 hours, I suppose you could say there's been some major news as it goes for Counter-Strike. The second CS2 major was just announced, that being Shanghai, China 2024. This major will be hosted by Perfect World in partnership with PGL, the same organization that held Krakow 2017, 2021, 2022, and both majors now in 2024. Now being Copenhagen in March and Shanghai, which at this point doesn't have an official date. Now that we have two confirmed majors for the first year of CS2, we can also get an idea of how Valve can prepare for this. That begs the question, will this game be esports ready by March of 2024? What could stickers look like for this next major? Since we've never had anything hosted by Perfect World, that being China's version of CS, them having the most amount of money and impact on the skins market, but also just playing a very unique role in CS. Not to mention the traction this could get. We could very well see the most eyes on Counter-Strike at this very point in time in history. Now today's video sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly, something I don't really see being discussed too much in the CS community, that being having a discussion on Valve's roadmap to get CS2 Esports ready for next year. This is of course to be prepared for the two majors in 2024, but also all the tournaments that will follow. Not to mention all the average players just playing matchmaking from competitive to premier. Now during CS2's first major, which is set in Copenhagen in March of next year, at this very point it'll mark 7 months since the game fully released, which I believe from its release up until then will be plenty of time for Valve to fix up the game and just have quality of life updates, well, make the game a whole lot better. If we look at what Valve has recently said in interviews and articles and things they've put out, their goal is to fix the game, and well, they're proving that. They're updating 2 to 3 times a week right now. 2 out of those 3 are pretty lengthy blog posts. And something we'll touch on later in the video is based off a recent PC Gamer article / interview with Valve. They stated that once the game's fixed, they'll start eventually rolling out new content. So this could be the very first point where CS2 for a lot of people is somewhat playable, or the closest state to CSGO that we've had CS2 really ever. Now with the first major slated for March, it makes me think we're not going to see the Perfect World major until sometime after. Now it could be before, but most likely later due to Valve wanting to spread them out more, but also getting CS2 as polished as possible like we just discussed. And with 2 now being confirmed, it shows us that Valve still cares about the game and also pro scene, since the tournament prize money is being funded by them. Now dating back to that interview that PC Gamer had with Valve, as we mentioned, Valve's main goal for CS2 year 1 is not necessarily new content, but to fix the game and meet player needs. This is to have quality of life updates, basic features, possibly maps, modes, and other things from CSGO to CS2. So at this point, if it's going to be up to everyone's standard by then, if that's a yes, we could see new content or at least a tease of a new development after that major, possibly a trailer, maybe in a similar format to how we saw cash revealed in CSGO years ago. This would be the most eyes on Counter-Strike for a major in my opinion we'll ever see, and this would be one of the best ways they can promote it. And that leads us into Perfect World hosting this. We haven't seen this yet inside Counter-Strike, but I think it could be something very special. Like we just mentioned, this will be the most eyes we've ever seen on CS all at once. Now a big question that's up in the air right now is, will this major be played on Perfect World instead of the, well, regular vanilla version of Counter-Strike that we know to this day? For those who don't know, Perfect World is China's version of CS. It's pretty much the same thing, just a little bit different. There's something as basic as skulls not being allowed on their weapons, or really anything in their game if that's a tradable item or just a default item, and Jesus has got a string of videos if you want to check them out on what's actually different. But if that's the case and they do play there, that would be a pretty cool take on the CS scene, but it would also cause a lot of problems because it is in China. A lot of people wouldn't be able to watch the major at all, at least live. But we have to remember, China has 1 billion people, where a lot of the other regions in the world, even all combined that watch CS, probably wouldn't be able to match that. Now something I forgot to mention is within these past 2 to 3 months, a second major based in China was rumored but also floating around the community, and as of yesterday it was obviously just confirmed. According to a recent HLTV article, they just broke down all the details, including an actual set date of the major. The major itself is supposed to take place from December 1st all the way to the 15th, and from the end of October to November to the build up for the major, the qualifiers are supposed to take place there. So it's going to be a pretty jam-packed last few months of 2024. Now lastly for today's video is stickers. This is all speculation in my own opinion, so I suggest you take this with a grain of salt, but these could be absolutely amazing and something we've just never seen before inside Counter-Strike. The fact that this is hosted by Perfect World, this is oriented towards China, it's based in China, and based off some projections, this will be one of the most popular majors ever. That being said, these stickers could be brand new, something we've never seen before, a new take to stickers, possibly new effects, but as of right now, there's a few things holding me back from thinking so. That being, we've had 3 majors 3 years in a row with basically the same design and effects: Stockholm, Antwerp, and now Paris. And there's somewhat of a fatigue with this kind of design. Yes, the transparent background background is something everyone wanted for the longest time, but I don't think people ever really thought when we were ever going to get them, let alone 3 years in a row. And while yes, there is some reasoning for that and why we got 3 years in a row of basically the same sticker. One, because yes, the obvious, they sold well, but what most people think, including myself, is Valve was busy working on CS2, and during this major, they still could very well do the exact same thing. So they could either be amazing, or Valve could either drop the ball and just be extremely lazy. Let me know what y'all think down below. I for one think it would be very stupid for Valve in Perfect World not to do something special for this major, but also not a reveal of new content, such as an operation or something changing to competitive. But like I said earlier, this is speculation, this is my opinion, but I think it just makes sense. But to play devil's advocate, it does make sense to not think anything will happen since Valve does Valve things. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positively sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.